I'm sitting in the bathroom, well, toilet to be exact, and I'm hiding from my children because I don't want them to see that I'm upset and I'm crying. So I'm sort of just hiding out. I don't know. I'm just making this video because I'm really upset. I'm upset because I I feel helpless, and I'm just so accustomed keeping everything inside. I don't usually talk about things that upset me because I'm always used to keeping it inside because I feel so ashamed. So I'm calling institutions because I need to borrow some money because the job that I have now, I can't afford to pay it. So I'm in the middle of studying. I'm studying a degree. Um, I'm studying a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing, and I'm supposed to be going in my second year from next month, but I'm not sure I'll be able to make it because in year one, I started last year September and only completed 2 semesters. The third semester I took a break because I couldn't afford tuition. So in the beginning I was depending on the government to fund my program, and in the middle of registering when I got accepted with the school, and in the middle of registering I wasn't eligible for funding from the government because in the past I took a program and they were really strict on dropping out, and you have to, once you drop out, you have to reimburse them in order to get funded for your second program. So I'm not gonna get into details why I dropped off on my first program, but I did. So I understand and I accept the consequences for dropping out is you have to reimburse. So I understand that. So in the light of that, I got all my monies together to reimburse them, the government. I went to the bank, I did the manager's check, write it out to the ministry, proceeded, went down to the government's head office for funding, and it told me they're not accepting reimbursements, and they quickly discourage. Well, I started ask questions like why They said it's a new policy. They're not taking back second timers around. The program that I'm doing is too expensive. So I asked her, could I apply for student loan? No, I can't apply for student loan. So I'm like in the middle of the first semester, like how am I going to continue? I already started preparing for exams, late nights, weekly quizzes, late nights, sleepless nights of studying. Like, how am I gonna continue? This is something I always wanted to listen. So I went to my car, I cried because I don't understand like how I'm supposed to move forward. So I I just end up taking the reimbursement. The reimbursement was still is 9,640 Trinidad and Tobago dollars. And what could I do? I want to become a nurse, so I have to. I mean, if you want something bad and someone tells you no the first time, like, are you going to give up? If you really want it that bad, of course you're not going to give up. So I just forwarded the money to school. It still wasn't even enough. It wasn't even half of what tuition was. So I just forwarded to school and I was able to move on to the second semester. I think I had to pay off a certain amount more to move on to the second semester. So I did. I moved on the second semester and then I couldn't make it. I passed both first and second semesters with A's and B's. My GPA is 3.5 right now, 3.7, 5 or 7 to be exact. And I took a break off just to try to see if I could make up some money to try to pay, and during this pandemic it's really, 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 really hard. It's still hard. So now I got an email saying no, well, I was sending out emails asking if they would still take reimbursements all this time, and I didn't get no response up until last week. So how am I going to find this 9,640 Trinidad and Tobago dollars? The job that I have now, I'm only working for 6 months. The places that I just called, they told me in order to lend out money, one of the requirements is that you have to be working 2 years. So I don't have 2 years because new semester, new school year starts very soon. So I don't have 2 years. I have between 3 to 5 weeks. So I don't know how am I going to find the money. I just want this so bad.